All right, at 6 o'clock, we'll go ahead and open the meeting, Edinburgh Plan Division, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. So we'll start with roll call. Members, Mr. Robert Ackerman. Here. Ray Walton. Here. Stephanie Taylor.
Here.
Myself, Justin Lawler, here. Debbie Vaughn.
Here.
William Jones.
Here.
Marion Rhodes.
Here.
Keith Sells. Here. And Mr. Ryan Piercefield may be in later. He's running late, stuck in traffic. So, first on the agenda, we'll have minutes of the March 18, 2025 meeting.
There are no amendments or corrections. I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 18, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Second sheet.
Anybody that's here that wants further information after today, there's a sign-in sheet up front. In addition, if anyone's going to speak tonight, you need to be sworn in. And then once you speak, when it's your time to speak, just state your name and address on the record. So if you have any thoughts of speaking tonight, might as well raise your hand right now so I can swear you in. Just one person going to talk tonight?
Someone from your group will likely be talking.
Okay, I'll do it.
Raise your right hand.
You swear a penalty of perjury, the testimony you give tonight is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Again, I'll just remind you, if you did state your name when you come up to talk and your address. Thank you.
All right, our first case tonight is PC 25-02 Highway Corridor District. This is Zion Holdings. This is a request for a 32,000 square foot building. This is on the west side of 31. This is within the buffer zone for Johnson County. This is a 15-acre parcel, zoned enclosed industrial. You see here, this parcel, as I said, is on the west side of 31, 2 properties south of Sunoco. So what we have tonight is a request, 32,000 square foot facility, manufacturing generators, as well as servicing and selling generators out of this facility. Petitioner did satisfy all of the legal requirements for publication and notifying the public. This is before you tonight because it is in the corridor, and they are asking for a couple of waivers. The proposed site plan, parking lot is in what is considered the front yard of the property. They have complied with all of the landscaping requirements that we have. The area that is outlined in red is proposed to be a gravel lot. So that is one of the waivers that they are requesting. And then the building itself is a metal building. So those are the 3 waivers that are being requested tonight. And this is a view of what the building is proposed to look like. So at this time, I will turn it over to the petitioner. They can explain what it is they want to do with this property and Chris? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Ricketts. I'm the owner of Midwest Engines and Generators. The holdings company will be my property holdings company, Zion Holdings. We're actually just over here next to Casey's currently. We've been there for almost 3 years. I started the company in 2020, used to work for Caterpillar, and then decided to leave and start my own company. 2020, we did 15 million in revenue. Last year, we finished at 55 million. We are growing. We've got 15 employees. and we'll probably, I'd say the next 5 years, be closer to 30. So we're taking advantage of a huge hole in the market right now, where we are buying and selling used equipment. Our fastest growing part of the company is we're building portable generators using shipping containers. So we start with a bare shipping container, reinforce the floor, doors, louvers, muffler, fuel tank, and we slide in Caterpillar, Cummins, pretty much our only two generators that we like to work with. Slide those in, and then we build portable generators for data centers, hospitals, emergency management, stuff like that. So as you know, the electrical utility grid is aging, and then, for political reasons, you can't run a lot of coal or natural gas in certain states. So these act as necessary backup for potentially life saving. But it is a growing industry. Again, it's going to be a metal building. That's going to be the most economical for us to pull off. The front space there will be an office. Like I said, and I think in the next 3 to 4 years, we'd like to double the size of the building. That's why we laid it out the way we did, so that we could just do the inverse on the north side. And then potentially buy the next 25 acres next to me.
I have a question.
Sure.
What size Cummins engines do you use?
We go up to the 78 liter. Yeah, some of the big boys. We've got a couple 60 liters in the yard right now, some of the 50s.
Is that the ones they build in Daventry and ship over here?
Yes.
K-16?
Yep, exactly. So they build them over there. Yeah, we use everything all the way down to, a little, like a 5.9 liter.
We used to build one of those in Seymour, so I know.
Yep,
All above.
Yep, exactly, what they call it, the hedgehog. Yep. So yeah, that and Cummins or Caterpillar are our two biggest providers for equipment.
And what you say about that bare ground then to the south of it, you might potentially be interested?
Yeah,
in
there's
that
another
spot?
25 acres next to me. So
Yep.
I was having a conversation with the vice president of petroleum for Caterpillar a couple weeks ago, and they were mentioning because Lafayette, that's where all the big engines are built, like Seymour for Cummins. Lafayette, Indiana is where all the big Caterpillar engines are built. They're looking for a place to store and test. So like if Amazon wants to buy generators, they don't just buy one or two, they'll buy 103 megawatt generators at a $300 million purchase order. They need somewhere to store those. So we could potentially store those for the customer long term until the project gets underway. Same with oil and gas or frac engines, where they would need to test off of a natural gas pipeline. So that's another thing. We gotta make sure that we can even get the gas first, because it's like an 8-inch main to test some of these engines, but that's further down the road.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Other questions, comments? We'll open up anybody else in the audience, speak for or against proposed agenda item.
Sir, did you raise your hand? You didn't raise your hand, so I gotta swear you in. Swear to penalties, perjury, testimony, you give the whole truth and nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes,
Okay, you state your name for the record.
Howard Leslie. I'm on the north side of the land which is spoken of. And I got two concerns. One about the water problem, because the ditch only goes part of the way down to the neighbor on the south side, and it kind of dumps through his yard. Building a new building here, which I don't have any objection to, it's going to create more water runoff. And I'm just curious, what is the plan for that water problem? Is it going to be a ditch continuing down the highway to let it drain off, or what? I mean, I'm just asking the question when I know if anybody even thought about it.
We can have a wet
The
retaining.
county addressed that, Julie, Johnson County Drainage Board.
I can't do
That's okay, we're gonna have a wet retaining pond. So we're gonna try and hold, I'd have to look up the number, but it's a significant amount of water right there in the front, and we're actually gonna be using that as our emergency fire sprinkler. So we're gonna have a pump.
I don't know if you was up there last weekend when the flood,
I missed it.
and the water, the ditch, the drain ditch fills up,
Yeah,
but there's no place for it to go.
okay,
They only dug the ditch part of the way down,
okay,
which I don't know why they couldn't go all the way down the highway
okay,
to the main cornfield. Because the valley there, it goes over to Sugar Creek, and that would just let the water continue to run off.
okay.
And I think that's maybe more of a state issue, I'm not sure.
Okay, you're just north of the property?
Yes.
Okay, so you're between me and Sonico?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And they survey your, I guess it's your land, you bought it already.
Yeah,
The surveyors say the fence line is 15 feet off.
that's what I was told, yeah.
And I said, well, the fence has been there for over 40 years. Why did it brought to my attention now?
Right,
So,
I don't plan on using it, I wasn't, gonna intrude
well, that was
on
my
that.
question. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we to do with this
We
situation?
could have it resurveyed, if you think there's a mistake, I'm happy to do that with you. I'm not gonna need that space immediately, I may need it in the future, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna try and stay as far away from you as I possibly can.
Well, if they take it away from me, then I'm gonna be extremely close to my building.
Yes, I saw that.
So the only thing I maybe get my land survey and see, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, I wanna work with you, I don't wanna make your life terrible and make you wish that you didn't live there. So that's not the goal, what we're trying to accomplish, so.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Again, that's why I said, I wasn't even gonna bring it up for a few years and just say, hey, I may just need to move the fence just so I can swing trucks in, but as far, because I don't know if you heard me, I'm hopefully gonna expand double the size of that building eventually.
And that'd be towards the south and the
It'd be towards the north.
west.
Yep, it'd be towards the north on that, that we would just flip to the north.
Okay, that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any comments?
Chair, I make a motion to approve this with the exceptions that Jim has listed.
A motion to approve, to include the 8 conditions attached.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. You're welcome.
Our next case tonight is PC 2025-04 rezoning. This is the Heckman Village subdivision. This is a 17-acre plot of land, was rezoned in 2023 to R6, general business and roadside business. This is just north of 252 and just east of 31. And tonight, the petitioner is requesting to add an additional commitment to the rezoning that was done in 2023. So they are requesting to add a commitment that only allows slab on grade construction within this subdivision. So that is the only change being requested tonight. No change in the zoning districts, just simply adding an additional commitment. They did satisfy the legal notifications that we require. This request is a result of some extensive history of this property and a recommendation that came from FEMA as a result of the property owners attempting to file some documentation with FEMA and get this property out of the floodplain so that they can build on it. So that is the justification for the filing tonight. And I'll let the petitioner speak.
Hello, my name is Tim Thomas. I'm with Milestone and Zyger. We are located at 1428 Lafayette Avenue in Columbus. We are the engineers for the owner, and I think Julie did a really good job of kind of explaining why we're here in greater detail in the staff report. But admittedly, it probably is relatively unusual for an owner to come and request for even more restrictions to be placed on property they own to govern development. But in a year and a half of trying to deal with the federal government, as far as future development on this site, we felt like the easiest way to appease them was to put further restriction on the property. And it's always been the intention of the owner and developer to only permit and allow and slab on grade construction on that property as a whole. So happy to answer any questions or concerns you all might have.
Comments? We have anybody from the audience want to speak for or against?
If there are no questions or comments, I'll make a motion to approve as recommended by staff.
Second,
A motion is second to make a favorable recommendation to the town council.
Correct.
Do you want are you wanting with the two commitments?
Yeah, I said with.
he said.
Okay, with
Yeah,
commitments.
staff
Okay.
recommendation, yes.
Favorable recommendation, motion is second, favorable recommendation to the town council with the two commitments.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nothing further, I make a motion to adjourn.
Any other business? No other business. I do want to get on the record, I forgot, and I apologize to put, for the roll call, that we do have our attorney, Destin House, present. So, you guys-
do
yeah. All right, thank you. Thank you much.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Sorry, forgot you.
Not to my knowledge.
Next year, so they're doing some upgrades. It's called like a phase two.
Not our new.
I thought she was.
Oh, my gosh.